Mama's in the living room watching Judge Judy. I'm in the kitchen eating leftover sushi. And she yells, oh, girl, you gotta hear this one. A man was arrested for running the theme park. And when they said, where's your license? He said, my dog ate it. Oh, you can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on her Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one. Mama loves to laugh at how absurd life is, says it's all a comedy and I'm her audience. And I love the way she makes fun of the world. She said, you'll never guess what's true with their girlfriend. It was a man who didn't get us out of the bed. He said, I've been through hell and now I need some help. You just can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wonder if life's just one big cosmic joke. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout. It's like she's on a Reddit, reading r/funny lawsuits, yelling from the couch. As she sips on a Prosecco, makes fun of all the weirdos, and then I hear her shout, girl, you gotta hear this one.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we have a good one. I've been wanting to talk about it for a while. We just haven't had the time. And it's an interesting one to say the least, but it's also a controversial one. So long story short, NIL was supposed to give college athletes freedom to earn, freedom to move, and build a brand. But today, there's a 50-page document, a motion to compel arbitration, where the University of Georgia is essentially telling a former player, who is still an active player, by the way, not like that, because when the money flows one way, player transfers the other, suddenly this isn't about empowerment anymore, it's about enforcement. UGA doesn't want a jury. They don't want discovery. They don't want this debated in open court. They just want arbitration. Quiet, private, controlled, and they want it now. So tonight, we're breaking down what this document says, why it's 50 pages, what UGA is really arguing, and why this case is a warning sign for every athlete who thinks that NIL money comes without strings. It's a good one. And looking at this one, I had also heard about a few others. There is not Nito Iamaleava, but his brother was sued by the University of Arkansas for NIL money. And there's quite a few others. So we're going to get into this short, sweet, to the point, on brand, and sassy AF. This is a controversial topic. We're not here to debate NIL. That is for a different stream. But this is the first of a series of videos and streams that I want to do about NIL backfiring. Because y'all know I love sports. I love where sports meets the law. And this NIL, when the Supreme Court made their decision back in 2021, the world became the wild, wild west. College football became more professional than professional football. With that being said, this is not the stream for it. We're just trying to figure out what the fuck happened and why an active player for the University of Missouri might owe Georgia $390,000, and why a college player is getting $390,000 to begin with. So how is everybody doing tonight? we're just going to get straight into this. I did not buy this document, so there will be an unofficial title over the top of it. If I were Athens, Clark County charges for their documents. If I were to pay for this document, that would be $25. I am not paying $25 for an arbitration document. I love you guys, but we can deal with not an authorized copy over the top of the document, because balling on a budget here. So we are going to get into this right here. So I did add this to the cart just to see how much it would be. Speaking of buying documents, I have I am debating whether to buy the Hannah Dugan case, the federal judge, or the federal case of the Milwaukee County Circuit Court judge that is currently in trial right now for aiding and abetting an illegal alien. That being said, I kind of wanted to judge y'all's interest in it because it might not be worth it to buy the transcripts. They will be released on Pacer 3/16/2026. I need to see if they're the same cost, because if there's an added cost, it's not worth it. I don't know. If they want to be paid like a pro, then they have to learn to live up to contracts. Yeah. I would love to hear some about some NIL. I would love to hear from some players in any college sport that have played and dealt with this, either before NIL or after, and get an insight into what it is actually like to be a college athlete, because I don't freaking know. I went to community college. Like, just the verdict watch. Hey, expert, how are you doing? So yeah, this is from Athens, Clark County Clerk of Court. I did not pay for this document because it's $25 for this document. And I love y'all, but we can deal with not an authorized copy. So University of Georgia Athletic Association versus Damon Wilson. He is a linebacker that is currently at the University of Missouri. He was ranked, if I'm remembering correctly, number 3 in sacks in the SEC this year. Mr. Squid and I kind of had a little conversation about Missouri needs to let him go. He's too big of a producer for Missouri. He's not going to Missouri is not going to do anything, because schools will not do anything to people unless they are losing and or out of the race, such as Michigan and Sharon Moore. Example A. Didn't get fired for cause until after the end of the season. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidence. All right, application to compel arbitration. UGA brings this application to compel arbitration of a contractual dispute with respondent Damon Wilson at parties, jurisdiction, and venue. It's Athens, Clark County. UGA is in Clark County. Blah 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 blah. It's 50 pages, so we're going to kind of hit the highlights. If I don't deem something important, we're going to kind of, yep. Did your balls explode again? Just see. Yeah, then get arrested. Oh yeah, that stream was last Friday. I will be covering that case if it moves forward, but we did hit that in last Friday's chaos stream, because last week was chaotic. Factual background: contract issue and termination of the contract. December 21st, 2024. UGA's predecessor. I'm just going to call it UGA because we all know it's the Athletic Association, but it's just easier to say UGA. Predecessor in interest, Classic City Collective and Wilson entered into a contract under which the collective obtained a license to use Wilson's name, image, and likeness in exchange for payment of fees over the life of the agreement. A true and accurate copy is attached to this application as Exhibit A. The collective was allowed to terminate the agreement if Wilson failed to remain enrolled at UGA, withdrew from UGA's sports team on which he competed, provided notification of transfer, or entered the transfer portal during its term. You're going to look at the time frame of this and be like, what the actual? Because I read an article on this, and the time frame just seemed really sus to me. Especially when players know that they're probably going to enter the transfer portal in the middle of the season. It's not a secret when someone enters the transfer portal. They have been thinking about it, planning about it, and college kids can't keep their freaking mouths shut. So once you tell somebody something, it's no longer a secret. If the collective terminated the agreement due to one of those three reasons, Wilson promised to pay the collective liquidated damages equal to remaining licensing fees that would otherwise have been payable to him under the agreement. The collective paid Wilson the first payment due under the agreement in December of 2024. Wilson accepted the payment. If I'm not mistaken, that payment was $50,000. 50 grand. I can't imagine what it's like to get a check for 50 grand. Just because I play a game. January 6, 2025, Wilson gave UGA a written notice of his intent to transfer. Wilson withdrew from UGA January 13th. So he signed the contract December 24th and told UGA that he was going to transfer January 6th. That's what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks? Like 2 weeks. I am under the full attitude that if you're going to give these kids these big of contracts, they need to take and be required to take a financial literacy class. But it was pay to play, and we all know it was pay to play a long time before NIL. However, when the Supreme Court just said, yeah, you have to pay players for their name, image, and likeness, and then it was a free-for-all. It was the wild, wild west. Like, it's just a... Oh, and Gail, I was actually on with Expert last night after I got home from work. So if you want to go check out that stream, go to Expert's channel. It was a lot of fun. It was Derailment 101 in the best possible way. On January 13th, he entered the transfer portal, withdrew from UGA on January 13th, and left football team the next day. The collective sent Wilson a notice of termination of the agreement on the 14th and demanded he pay the liquidated damages specified in the agreement. A true and accurate copy of that notice is attached as Exhibit B. Wilson did not respond to the termination notice or the collective's demand for liquidated damages. And this is also the problem with giving an 18 or 19-year-old a contract like this, is they don't, it's almost like somebody who doesn't want to show up for court. You think that just ignoring it, it's going to go away. And that's not how any of this shit works. Just saying. It's not how any of this shit works. Collective assigns its rights to UGA, and UGA demands arbitration. After the collective terminated the agreement and demanded payment of liquidated damages by Wilson, it assigned its rights under the agreement to UGA, including its right to pursue liquidated damages. A true and accurate copy of this assignment with Exhibits A and B, thereto redacted to protect confidentiality of irrelevant information, is attached to Exhibit C. And thank you. I appreciate when they redact it for me because that saves time and effort. Following the assignment of the agreement, UGA served a demand for arbitration on Wilson under that statute. August 25th, a true and accurate copy of that demand is Exhibit D. Wilson never responded to that demand for arbitration, and to UGA's knowledge, has not applied to any court for an order to stay arbitration. because he thinks if you ignore it, it will go away. And that's not how this shit works. Hey, Calvin. The agreement states under the heading arbitration that is subject to mandatory arbitration clause. No other language in the agreement addresses dispute resolution. Arbitration is thus mandatory method of binding dispute resolution between the parties. UGA seeks the assistance of an arbitrator to resolve its dispute with Wilson over payment of the liquidated damages required by the agreement. UGA has been aggrieved by Wilson's failure to arbitrate the dispute because it has demanded arbitration, and Wilson has refused to voluntarily arbitrate. I would love to get legal mindsets opinion on this. I don't ever talk to him. He doesn't know who I am, but he does contract. Well, he used to do contract law. I don't know what he does now. But he used to do contract law in Florida specifically. So he would have a better idea of all of this than me because I am not a lawyer. I'm not a paralegal. I don't claim to be one. I just like to read past the headlines, and past the headlines is the documents, not what ESPN or UGA or a PR team wants you to know. It's the documents. The documents don't lie. People do. The agreement does not provide a method for appointing an arbitrator. UGA requests the court appoint Cameron Evans, Kyle Hilfer, Peter Kohler, Danielle Menitove, and Stephen Sarks from the American Arbitration Association sports panel as the sole arbitrator as permitted by that statute. Hey, King Bob. True and accurate copies of the resumes for these arbitrators are attached as Exhibit E. Relief requested. For this reason identified above, applicant respectfully applies for an order appointing an arbitrator under that, compelling Wilson to submit to arbitration as required under the agreement, that the arbitration proceed as set forth in that statute, for such other relief as the court deems appropriate. And this was submitted back in October. Exhibit A, the name, image, and likeness agreement. Here's the contract. Here is the contract. Hey, traveling fools, how are you? And something to bark about. How are you? Good afternoon to you too. We are having an interesting time. We're reading some NIL stuff. It's and I don't know how old Damon Wilson was when he entered into this agreement, but 18 or 19 tops. This term sheet of a precedent and full license and option agreement sets forth the basic terms of the agreement. Damon Wilson II, Classic City Collective. Term December 1st, 2024 through January 31st, 2026. Holy F. Do you see the numbers on here? Like, I can't even imagine what these numbers would look like. I just can't. Like, I just can't imagine. $30,000 per month as a freshman in college. How does that even happen? Like, I understand colleges were making money off of these players' names. I get it. However, like, there's got to be a happy medium somewhere. Total licensing fees, $420,000 over 14 months. $40,000 in February of 2025 and $40,000 in June 2025. Total contract value, $500,000. Option and endorsement activity fees, licensor grants, option to market licensors NIL for endorsement, and the collective will present licensor with availability endorsement activity agreements. The collective may offset licensing fees by the fees directed at licensor and endorsement activity agreement. And I have no idea if these kids are being taken advantage of with these contracts either. There is a situation that some of these collectives are taking advantage of these kids. But there's also the flipping it on its head of these kids are taking advantage of their schools. Non-exclusive relationship. This license is non-exclusive. Termination. here we get to the important stuff. Like, only time a contract is legal with an 18-year-old is a military contract, but they must be 21 to enter any other contract, which is stupid because you can die in the military. Yeah, and this is one of the other reasons that because technically 18 is an adult. So like you are stupid and you are very naive in life, but you're an adult, which is scary AF. So it's another one of those situations of where is the line? You can't you and I hate double negatives, but you can't not pay these players for their names, but there has to be consequences for breaking the contract. I mean, because technically these are legal documents. The collective may immediately terminate the agreement if the collective determines on its sole discretion that the agreement violates any applicable law, the settlement agreement, once effective, NCAA rules and regulations, SEC rules and regulations, because UGA is in the SEC, just in case you didn't know that. Materially breaches the agreement. 2, fails to enroll and remain enrolled at UGA for the first semester session that the licensor is eligible to enroll, or fails to enroll and remain enrolled in each subsequent semester through the rest of the term. Basically, we're not going to pay you if you're not going to UGA. Seems kind of obvious. Withdraws from the UGA sports team, which he did. Provides written notification of transfer or enters the transfer portal, which he did. Is charged. This one I agree with right here, number 5, because this is a problem lately, especially with something about UGA just screams get arrested. Is charged with, arrested for, found guilty for, or pleads guilty to illegal or criminal conduct. Engages in an act of moral turpitude or conduct that brings the collective, UGA, or the athletic association to public disrepute. It's on the charger. Yeah. High five. No, you have daddy's phone. You don't need that. Let it charge. Toddler life. Can you close the door, please? Anyway. Breaches the obligations relating to the collective's review of licensors' current and future agreements. Violates NCAA, SEC, UGA, or the athletic association or team rules, regulations, or policies. Misrepresents or conceals information. We will basically know what he did. Fails to present adequate medical qualifications. Thank you. Misrepresents, conceals, and or fails to disclose anything in his or her background that is detrimental to the value of this license. I mean, it seems obvious, but it all has to be written down. Neglects academic obligations resulting in excessive, unexcused class or tutor absences, or repeatedly fails to complete required academic assignments. That's an interesting one. I've never read an NIL contract before. This is one of the other reasons I wanted to do this, was the actual contract itself. Neglects team requirements or refuses to participate in team activities. The collective's not going to pay you if you don't participate with the team. Seems kind of common sense. Liquidated damages. If the collective terminates the agreement pursuant to sections 2, 3, 4, or 7, licensors shall pay a lump sum payment as liquidated damages and not a penalty equal to all remaining licensing fees that would otherwise have been payable under the agreement. Licensor shall pay the above liquidated damages within 30 days of termination by the collective. Licensor terminates the agreement pursuant to material breach by the collective. Collective shall pay licensor all remaining licensing fees. Ooh, she's back at it. Have her call Santa on the Santa hotline. It's free. That would be cute. Arbitration, subject to mandatory arbitration. They have it right in the contract. It's an arbitration clause. All right. Notice of termination. They wrote him a letter. Damon Wilson II, this letter serves as termination notice of the term sheet agreement that you, Damon Wilson, signed with Classic City Collective on December 21st, 2024, for that term of December 1st, 2024 through January 31st, 2026. You received the first monthly license fee payment of $30,000 under this agreement on December 25th. Merry frickin' Christmas. Under the executed agreement, the collective is exercising its right to immediately terminate the agreement due to the following: failing to remain enrolled at the University of Georgia, January 13th of 2025, withdrawing from UGA sports team, January 14th, 2025, providing written notice of transfer, January 6th, 2025. Given these actions under CCC's direction, the attached agreement between the licensor and CCC was officially terminated January 14th. It seems like such common sense that you sign a contract and you don't live up to the terms of the contract, that something has to happen. You don't just get to walk away. And I don't understand why these kids, okay, they're kids. I don't understand why these kids aren't told that, or when they're told that, they think that nothing's going to happen. It's ridiculous to me. I just, maybe it's because I'm 40 and I'm too old to be dealing with that shit, and you don't sign a contract unless, it's legally binding. Under the executed agreement, CCC is exercising the liquidated damages clause, which requires the licensor to pay all remaining licensing fees that would have otherwise been payable under the agreement, pursuant to CCC's termination based on the breach listed above. The remaining value of unpaid licensing fees is $390,000. This amount is due within 30 days according to the attached invoice. Payment may be made by you, another individual, or an entity on your behalf, like signing a new NIL agreement when you get to Missouri. It's just, I just, and thank you, Classic City Collective. The term sheet, we've read that, it was above, but it's like, oh, here, okay. Other benefits. Complimentary financial services provided by Truist Wealth Sports and Entertainment Advisor if requested by the licensor. So if he says, I need help managing this, they have free options for him. I mean, they're adults and assumed to know this stuff, but their brains still aren't fully formed. If anything, this shouldn't be proof they can't enter the agreements legally. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting conversation to be had for sure. Like, just looking at this, it's like, well, the brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25. Males typically, even though they make most of the NIL money, because football is the biggest program and that's a men's only program. Like, it's not discriminatory. It's just facts, because it's the most popular sport and the most popular sports make the most money. But it's just one of those situations of like, and I don't really want to debate it today, but it's hard not to, because it constantly comes up. When you read this, you literally look at it and you're like, don't sign a contract if you know you're going to transfer. And I can pretty much guarantee that he knew he was going to transfer long before December 21st. That's not a decision that you make within a week or two. That's a decision that you've thought about for months and you've discussed with people. What state? Nearly every state, 18 is the age to enter any contract with exceptions of mental deficiencies. This is why the contracts are getting overturned, because the kid has the right to change his mind, and that's why you don't make binding contracts till they're 21. Well, in most states, like 18 is an adult. You sign a contract at 18. Like, you sign a contract, you're an adult. Like, sucks to be you, but you signed it. It makes me wonder if he had help doing this like he did, it caused great harm. And I would be I th and this like I said, this is the first actual contract I've seen, and this is one of the reasons that I like looking at the documents because you hear things in the news, but they're highlighting what they think is important in the documents. They're not showing you the documents. It's it's one of those situations where is there like a 30-day um grace period where I mean there's obviously not in this contract, but should there be a 30-day grace period because buyer's remorse? Um it's a it's a weird situation. Like it's just a weird situation. Yeah, right here. It's and Calvin, I don't know if in Pennsylvania, I don't know the law there, but is it they can't legally or they just won't? It's like renting a car. Most places won't rent a car until to someone under the age of 25 just based on insurance cost. But from what I can find, a lot of places it's not illegal like you can't rent a car. It's just they won't. So, it Hey Malin, how are you? Good to see you again. Um it's just but here's the thing. eh, NIL contracts, these kids are 18. Like you don't wait till you're 21 to start playing sports in college. Like that's the whole reason you go to college is to play sports. And I agree with Jeff, your comment from earlier about it used to be, you know, you make money off of um you get room, board, food, tuition, all of that. And I see your point, I really do, but when these colleges are making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars from your name, I agree to a point that the kids deserve some of the profits because the school are obviously not, using those profits to, um they're not using those profits to lower tuition. They're not using those profits to give out more scholarships. They're pocketing that money. They are using that to build a new field or like they're not using that to go back into the kids. So in that situation, it eh, you know, what if any legal and independent legal representation did these young adults receive? Can players and their families even afford an attorney? Um, from what I understand, I read the Jaden Rashada lawsuit before it went, there was a confidentiality order, and that was, TLDR with that one. Jaden Rashada, a recruit for, he was a five-star recruit quarterback. He signed a collective agreement or a NIL agreement with the University of Florida for $13 million, which beat out Miami. So Miami pulled their offer back, and the Florida agreement turned out to not be a real agreement. So he ended up going to Arizona State. He transferred to UGA for a year, and now I have no idea where the kid is because he transferred again. Which kind of says a lot about him as a quarterback too, and a person. But it's one of those situations where it's like he had a lawyer. His dad hired a lawyer, but his dad played college football as well. Like, it's college football is a big business. Recruiting college football is a big business, and it's just but I do know that some of these kids that play college football do not come from wealthy families. The reason that they play college football and they want some of these NIL agreements and they try to make it to the, NFL is to get out of the situations that they are in, um, like the family situations, and create some generational wealth and make a better life for themselves, which is an honorable thing. It's just it's never an easy conversation. And I've seen the sports media talk about it as like a all from a money. But one of the reasons that I'm interested in it is where does the the fact that these are kids come into play. Like, these are yes, they're adults, but most of them just graduated from high school. You go straight to college, you have no life experience. Eh, it's hard. It Yeah, this recruitment has gone on for years. It's a calculated move. Yeah. And hey, Silver Fox, how are you? Uh, how about not giving the money directly to the student, but putting it into a trust or custodial account and they be getting at least 50% of the income generated by their name? I do know that UGA, when you buy like jerseys and stuff from UGA's website, um, you'll see NIL on the site, or at least a couple years ago. I haven't been on UGA's football site to buy a jersey since somebody graduated, but since Lad McConkey graduated, but and Brock Bowers. However, that being said, I knew know that a portion of the jersey sales would go straight to the player. So it's interesting to it's interesting to see how different schools do it too. I'm I understand that all schools have different situations. However, for some reason, I think it needs to be um there needs to be some sort of regulation. And this is where the SCORE Act and many other bills in Congress have come up about how to actually do this. But now Democrats in Congress are calling the SCORE Act the Lane Kiffin Act. It's getting weird. I've wanted to make a video about that for a while, but every time I try to like write something down to record it, it seems like the narrative changes and I can't keep up. So we're it's a weird situation. Why does this my computer's acting funky today? Anyway, until age 18, parents are making the decisions and details. At 18, the hormones are making the deals. Yeah. I at the high schools recruit also, they should be doing better at teaching some basic law and money handling skills. They should be doing a lot better at a lot of things. But that is a topic that we could dive down a rabbit hole on. I tried to get to the official gear, but apparently it does not want to open. So I've kind of gotten that a lot lately. So it's we shall be working on that eventually. But getting back to this, it's you don't know, non-exclusive relationship termination. We've seen this basically repeating what we've already seen. We because I'm on the Clark County website, every once in a while, if there's enough inactivity, it refreshes itself. So sorry, I have to figure out where we were. Term sheet. And it does say parent or guardian only if licensor is under the age of 18. I mean, most try to help family escape poverty or bad conditions. However, it's not uncommon for both high value college and NFL players to end up doing just the same crap they escaped. Yeah, Aaron Hernandez, Sammy Smith. I mean, you know. Oh yeah, and there have been this and a lot of this stuff happened even before NIL was a thing. So it's just a oh yeah, don't forget TO. Um this was they sent him an invoice. Uh, liquidated damages $390,000, payment due within 30 days. Thank you for it's like thank you for taking the routing number and your account number away. Yeah, appreciate that. The assignment agreement um, entered into as of July 1st, 2025, the effective date between Classic City Collective and the University of Georgia Athletic Association. CCC and UGAA are individually referred to herein as party and collectively as the parties, whereas the collective has entered into an NIL licensing agreement with the University of Georgia student athletes identified in Exhibit A, which contracts have not yet expired or otherwise been terminated, where CCC wishes to assign all its rights and delegate all its obligations under the contracts to the Athletic Association, and the Athletic Association wishes to accept CCC's rights and obligations under the contracts. It's just a weird. Mhm. This has not been a good week for people passing away. I arrested Sammy Smith taking delivery of 3 kilos of coke. Oh, the booger sugar. That had to be an interesting story. Uh, if you ever want to tell it to me, you know where to find me. Uh, Now, therefore, for good and valuable consideration, including but not limited to obligations under the contracts assumed by the Athletic Association, the sufficiency of which is hereby acknowledged, the parties hereby agree to the following. CCC hereby assigns UGA all its rights, title, and interest under the contracts, and delegates to UGAA all its obligations, responsibilities, and duties under the contracts. I mean, basically, the collective is like, is your player, you handle it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but once upon a time, just saying. Ugh. And I appreciate all my lurkers for checking in. Thanks to the 25 people who are here. I appreciate y'all. I don't know how that got started, but we are going to get rid of this tab. I accidentally clicked on the play button. There we go. Instead of opening my YouTube studio, I hit view on YouTube. It's like, whoopsie. Why not turn it into a learning experience? Because, school set a flat fee schedule with a percent of sales with a union-esque type group made of supervised students, problem solved. Next. That seems a little too easy. And nothing can be simple or common sense these days. Oh no, that's awful. My condolences to their family. It's 52, that's young. That's why my monitor is glitching. No, I don't think so. Sammy had his girlfriend pick it up from UC and deliver it to him at his mother's house in Tangerine, Florida. As soon as he opened the back hatch of the SUV and grabbed the bag, he found himself in handcuffs. Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, hey Moonwolf, how are you? I mean, I have story time with Jeff has to be like epic. Just has to be epic. I don't know. I don't know any other way to describe that. Um, I but thanks to the 19 people who hit the like button, they're awesome. It would help if a totally uninvolved person was assigned to these individuals for guidance and help if they needed someone. Well, in the contract itself, so we are on page 16 of 50. Well, there's 25 people here, so 19, this isn't a drama stream in that kind of sense. So it doesn't get the 100 and 150, 200 people here. We get 20 to 35 tops, which, maybe someday those will get like 70, 80, 90, 100, maybe. But they're not the most popular streams because apparently the only person who cares about sports and the law is me because I'm a little obsessed. But getting back to Gail's comment, the getting back up here, the contract itself said, um, what did it say? Other benefits. Complimentary financial services provided by Truist Wealth Sports and Entertainment Advisor if requested by the licenser. So Damon actually had to ask. And due to the 2 to 3 weeks, well, December 21st to January 6th, um, he probably didn't. So you have to ask. It's there, but they're not just gonna give it to you. You have to ask for it. In my opinion, representation by interested parties is like bubbles help. Does anybody actually know if she showed up for court this morning? Hey, Jaws, how are you? If I could increase your numbers, I would. I'm here now. I appreciate everybody that is here. Yeah. You can have it. You're welcome. If I can have a hug and a kiss. Have hugs and kisses? Oh, thank you. Yep, you can have it. You're welcome. I'm here listening on my way to deliver pulled pork and mac and cheese to my sister. Can you close the door, please? Oh, court was until 1:30. Well, it's 3:04. So it's 3:04. I can't believe it's already 3:00. Where's this day gone? It's I don't know. I have it all that stuff written down, but it's like shit is crazy today. I don't know. Things are just weird. Does anybody else find this month to be just weird? Like, I have to go back to December's calendar. I was in January. That was not going to help me. Oh yeah, the creditors meeting is next week too. There's that. Oh, oh, that's why I said good morning, but it was already afternoon. I saw the afternoon. I saw both. I just clicked on the afternoon. I didn't see anything from Hales that she didn't. It's just one of them things. I'm gonna make tenderloin and sweet taters. I threw in some. We went grocery shopping right before this. That's why the stream is at 2:15 and not 2, because I knew I was gonna be late. I didn't expect Mr. Squid to be home when I got home, which was a welcome surprise. So, Anyhow, gee whiz, I've spent all day without pants on. So much just I mean, don't say that. Like, don't say anything about like a fresh start, or like that we're halfway through, or like the quarter of something, because I remember everybody saying in 2020 we're gonna start off a new decade, and you know how that went. So we're just not gonna do it. I've spent weeks that way. Yeah, pants of prison. Ask the little. So getting back to page 16. So he had the opportunity to get financial advice. Um, so this was signed by Classic City Collective, Tanner Potts, the CEO, and Josh Brooks from the Reed Baker or Parker. And y'all, because this is not an authorized copy and you see it over, sometimes things are getting a little. I think that's Parker, Director of Athletics. So, it's everyone has 2020 hindsight, and it's like I was social distancing before everybody else because I had my surgery in February of 2020. So I was social distancing before it got trendy. Rob got up at 4:30 this morning and started the pork butts on the smoker. We delivered one to the church, taking one to my sister and one to a family in the local area. Yeah, I kind of wanted to buy one today and maybe convince Mr. Squid to smoke it this weekend, but I don't ever want to force him to, because that's a long and intensive process, and like I appreciate it, when he does it, but, like, I'm never going to, I'm never gonna say, "Hey, hon, can you do this weekend?" Because he showed me how to do it, and I did one, and but it's not as good as his. He started social distancing in the late 1980s. Cheers. It's why I have a it's why I have a YouTube channel. The goal is to just have a flexible enough schedule when the little goes to school. So if she's sick and has to stay home, I don't have to call in sick or try to, I don't have to be responsible to anybody else, or I don't have to answer to anybody else except for the people that live in my house. Um, Especially when my health is a shit show and a half. However, with that being said, I get to social distance. Because I love y'all, but the minute I'm done, I get to shut y'all off, and I don't, like, it saves on gas money too. Smokers take a little practice. Yeah, yeah, they do. I mean, ours is easy to operate. It's just not my jam. Like, the whole page is redacted. I mean, I don't know. I was under there. Damon Wilson, more redactions. UGA's demand for arbitration. Johnson Marlowe LLP. Spence Johnson. Sent by an email and overnight FedEx delivery on August 25th of 2025. Your license and option agreement with Classic City Collective. Demand for arbitration. And then, Dear Mr. Wilson, I represent the University of Georgia Athletic Association. The collective has assigned the referenced agreement to UGAA, meaning UGAA holds all the rights under the agreement formerly held by the collective. Please see my prior letter to you on behalf of the collective dated May 29th, 2025, a copy of which is enclosed. As you failed to pay the liquidated damages, $390,000, under the agreement in response to the collective's May 29th demand, UGAA demands under that statute that all disputes between it and you under the agreement be arbitrated. UGAA provides the following information under that statute in connection with its demand. UGAA seeks arbitration under the agreement. You and the collective selected binding arbitration as your method of resolving disputes in the arbitration clause of the agreement. Remember, bro, you signed this shit. Like, you signed this shit. And I really hope, one of the things that fascinates me about this is I hope that this is a precedent, that there will be, when you sign a contract, you sign a contract. Like, I don't care if you're 18 or 80, you signed a contract. You have to live up to that contract. And if you think that you were going to transfer, you shouldn't have signed the damn contract. But is this where greed comes in? Because he saw the fact that his first payment would be $40,000. And now you're like, but where are you going to come up with $390,000 if you haven't signed another NIL contract? And I have no idea. I have not researched him enough to find out if he signed an NIL contract when he went to Missouri, but assuming that he did. So maybe he has the money, but the fact that he's just ignoring this, like nothing happened, is just, it's got grifter vibes. Like, I understand he's a good football player. He was a 5-star recruit. I get it. But at the same time, it's just, it gives off bad vibes. Especially, it gives off Bubbles vibes. Like Lynette vibes. Like, when you know that if you ignore something, it's just going to go away. That's not the way it works. Like, that's not how this works. Like, it's just, and this is one of the reasons that I love reading this stuff, is because it's fascinating to me why people do this. Why do people enter into contracts that they know they're not going to live up to? Like, this was a week and a half or 2 weeks, December 21st to January 6th. So 2 weeks. before he decided to enter the transfer portal. You didn't know, you knew before you signed this contract that you were gonna transfer, knowing that there was a clause in there that said your contract will be terminated and you would owe them liquidated damages if you the logic here is like, are all 18-year-olds as stupid, or are they blinded by money? Or are they stupid and blinded by money? Like, I don't know. Like, it's another one of those things of, like, I know Damon Wilson is never actually gonna talk to me, but if I got the chance to go face to face with him, my first question would be, "What the fuck were you thinking? Like, are you stupid?" I know I'm such a great interviewer, my first question would be, "Are you stupid?" I'm sure I would put it better than that, but, uh, uh, like, who is advising you that you thought this was a good idea? Like, I and hey, Harry, and hey, Timothy, how are you guys? Unfortunately, I'm less charismatic than you are. I'm not charismatic at all. I don't play well with others. Have we not figured this out yet? I am not part of the cool kids club. Like, I am not part of the cool kids club. You say you love us, but you don't. I do. I just like my distance as well. Like, I like my alone time. Uh, I might point out that he have applied to the college he transferred to, went through the accept. Not really. So mm, that's not exactly how that works. So as as far as I'm aware, and I'll have to clear this a little bit more with Mr. Squid because he knows more than me, but you enter the transfer portal. That just because you enter the transfer portal doesn't not automatically mean that a team is going to pick you up. The transfer portal is like being a free agent. You don't apply to schools. Um, they contact you. So he entered the transfer portal and Missouri reached out to him. There's a a thing that schools cannot reach out to players while they're actively on a roster. So if Missouri can't reach out to him while he was actively on Georgia's roster. But the minute he entered the transfer portal, different schools can call him up with their offers and things like that. So it's you know, um it's one of those situations where he doesn't have to apply to the college will reach out to him once he's in the transfer portal. And the thing about college football is if a school reaches out to you and offers you a scholarship, you don't really have to go through that application process in the typical way that, like, you or I would if we decided to go to the University of Missouri. Um, we if you were so say I went to Georgia or Wisconsin or something like that, and I transferred, I would have to do the application and all that and actually transfer. It's not like that with college football or college athletics in general. So, yeah. Even though it's not a 2-week thing. Well, yeah. You he definitely knew probably September or October that he was thinking about transferring. It's not an instantaneous process. You're moving across the country, you're changing schools, you're changing positions, like, you don't know where you're gonna end up. That's the other thing about the transfer portal is you don't know where you're gonna go. It's not like I'm entering the transfer portal knowing that a certain school I wanna go to is going to, call me. You go to the transfer portal hoping that a school picks you up. I bet someone needed this kid's services late and sign up, offered him more money, he took it and said goodbye to the others. Yeah. And hey, Duncan, Idaho, how are you? So he didn't transfer to the college, it was more like being hired for a job. He did transfer, so now he is enrolled at University of Missouri, but it's not traditional. It's not, "I've decided to transfer schools, I have to apply and get accepted by admissions to that school." It's the school picks you up and you are automatically, basically, enrolled in that school. You don't have to go through the applications process like a typical student would. So, My husband has coached soccer for 30 years. The recruiting rules and regulations are stiff and don't get caught breaking them. Yeah, I think, what was it? What's his nuts at Michigan got accused or got suspended for a few weeks because he bought a kid a hamburger. So, Squid, my friend, maybe excuse today. I'm really not into USA running with a rugby sport. It's not football at all. You're fine, Melon. And to think the SEC is now going to give out 105 scholarships a year. I wonder how that's going to affect NIL deals. You know what? I can't even imagine. Uh, Squid, the military gave you economical classes when you enlisted. Sort of. Sort of. It's just different. Also, he did not just, or did he not going to be a starter anymore? That's why you transferred to Mizzou, or is it because you wanted to get out of Georgia, which was the money, and then he went to Mizzou? I don't know. He's productive at Mizzou. I'm not going to knock the kid's football skills. Like the kid is damn good at what he does. However, yeah. Welcome to NIL, the transfer portal, and current college athletics. And the fucked up part about it, like the even more fucked up part about it, if it wasn't already messed up, wait, there's more. The transfer portal has already opened. College football is not even over yet. So the transfer portal opens for the first time in December. There are kids who have entered the transfer portal who will be going to bowl games, who are supposed to be going into the playoffs. This is another issue, and if Squid could fix college football, my first act as, NCAA commissioner would be to not open the college football transfer portal until after the season is over. After the season is over for everybody. Not after the regular season, after the season is over. So January 20th would be the first time that portal would open. If I were to fix college football, that would be the first thing I would do. Not that I'm an expert by any means. We have one of those. He was in the chat a little while ago. But, I mean, it seems like such common sense because it just, you have kids who are playing in, and it makes college football, it makes bowl games not matter anymore. It makes the playoffs not really matter. It, hold on one second. I have to return a text message because it. I can't even be a fan of college football anymore. No teams stay the same from year to year. I think schools and kids have at least to stay the original 2 to 3 years. I think if a school is giving you an NIL deal, you have to stay there for 2 years. Like, you have to stay there for 2 years. And it seems like they kind of try that with these contracts, that this contract was dated for 2 years. However, with that being said, this kid didn't give a damn. So there was that. You know, you lost your quarterback. Not like your quarterback was good by any means, but like he wasn't horrible. I think he was overhyped. That's the thing. But you lost your quarterback. That should be fun time replacing. You lost your quarterback. Eek. Eek. It's one thing if they had a team and the students, they could join and play and be part of a team, but it's another entirely when their primary season was to play a game and maybe earn something. Yeah, it used to be that I loved college football because they played for the love of the game. And like I said, I do agree with when these schools make millions of dollars um, off of kids and off of kids' names, image, and likenesses, pay the kids. However, there's gotta be limits. There's gotta be mm, yeah. He was a five-star on maybe in high school, but not five-star at the college level. I was never sold on him anyway. Neither was I, but apparently everybody lots of commentators were. Not that I'm a college football commentary. I couldn't tell you I can't play call. However, I know certain things about football that, you know, Georgia Tech's supposed to be coming. We could be one of or getting one from Duke. Good luck. And we should do like a college football roundtable because, I got opinions. And my opinions aren't like for On Three or Josh Pates. But I got opinions. They're not always correct. They're not always technical, but I got opinions. Yeah, I'm just saying. Is Canes King? Well, Georgia lost a five-star flipped to Vanderbilt. The fucking day. The day that I never thought I'd see or have on my 2025 or lifetime bingo card was Georgia losing a five-star recruit quarterback to Vanderbilt. Not something I saw coming. However, I'm not that upset about it because Dylan Raiola was a five-star recruit too. He flipped to Nebraska and he's transferring. So like, being a five-star out of high school, like, I don't know. Like, it's just a weird situation. Yes, and I do have, merch, and I am in the process of designing new merch. Um, I am in the middle of designing, stay in your lane merch for 2026. I used to buy season tickets, but not anymore. They're ungodly expensive and not worth it, especially when team has sucked for a few seasons. Yeah. Hey, King Paco, how are you? We're here. We're here. Johnny Manziel was the greatest college football player ever. Prove me wrong. I'm just gonna leave that one alone. Just gonna leave we're just gonna leave that one alone. Um, this demand is served on behalf of UGA. Its address is Selig Circle, Athens. You will be precluded from denying the validity of the agreement or compliance therewith, or from asserting limitations of time as a bar in court unless you make an application to the court within 30 days for an order to stay arbitration. UGA demands the arbitration of its claim that you breached the agreement by providing written notice of transfer from the University of Georgia, failing to remain enrolled at UGA, withdrawing from UGA football team, and failing to pay the liquidated damages that you promised to pay under the agreement upon demand. Through the arbitration, UGA seeks to recover those liquidated damages and all other damages allowed under the applicable law resulting from your breaches of the agreement, which my assumption would be things like legal fees, um, other other little, filing document fees and cost of lawyers and all of that. Are you making any stickers? Probably. I feel like stickers are one of the easiest things to do, and I mean, they're also the cheapest. So it allows people to have squid merch or ETM merch without spending an arm and a leg because the merch is, I mean, it is an investment because I wanted to give merch that was going to actually like last. So I did my research on branding and how the brands are designed. Um, like the logos and like it's just so when I made my merch store, I actually looked at who the blanks and the people who made the blanks, and there's a couple of YouTube channels who actually break down different clothing to see if it's worth your money. So I have kind of done my merch like that. So, you know, UF needs a further athletic director. Well, you did the first thing. You got rid of Sunbelt Billy. So, it's just mm. UGA demands arbitration for the claim that you breached. UGA seeks to recover those liquidated damages under applicable law. suggested method of arbitration. Suggests arbitration with the American Arbitration Association under its commercial arbitration rules and supplementary procedures for the arbitration of sports participation, name, image, and likeness disputes. I didn't even know that existed. That's another reason why I read these documents is we learned so much. Because I had no idea that this, yeah, I had no idea that this exists. UGA will consider any alternative arbitrator or rules you wish to suggest. Please let me know whether the suggestion of arbitration before AAA is acceptable or you wish to make an alternative suggestion. This letter is sent without prejudice to the UGA's rights under the agreement and applicable law. I mean, you know, no, I'm not making a bowel ad. That would go sideways so fast. It's the new coach. Doesn't work out. The ED will go because of the high price, but Gators will make it make sure of it. Yeah, I'm just Jeffrey, just stop. Just stop. See, I have to refresh the page. This is the problem. This is the downside of not buying documents, but at the same time, at the same time, this document was $25. So, that it was FedExed, Evans, American Arbitration Association, Cameron Evans, Esquire, current employment. This is his resume. Arbitrator, attorney, work history. Employment litigation, counseling, strategic workforce planning, law clerk to United States District Judge, U.S. District Court or U.S. Courts, 1992 to 1994. A summer associate, 30 years of experience, has tried numerous jury trials to verdict, as well as trying other employment-based claims for administrative agencies and private arbitrations. Litigation experience includes defending claims brought pursuant to Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, as amended for race, color, religion, sex, blah, blah, blah. We all know, and Persons with Disabilities Civil Rights Act, the Whistleblowers Protection Act, Employee Right to Know Act, the Employee Polygraph Act, Employee Polygraph Protection Act. Jesus. Well, needless to say, I think he's from Michigan. There's his resume. Alternative dispute resolution experience, Fair Labor Standard Act, and various state wage and hour laws, including off-the-clock work. Hey, I can't download it. It makes me pay for it. I can't download it. It makes me pay for it. Look, there is no way to download it. You have to add it to your cart. And if you add it to your cart, and you go to your cart, it says $25. You can't download it. They won't let you. I could screenshot it, but I can't download it. I cannot do that. It will not let you. It will not let you. Do you not think that out of all the documents that I've tried to get from Clark County and that, do you not think I've tried this many things before? I cannot do it. You have to pay for it. And I am not paying $25 for this document that I can read right here. And I can always get back to. He's got a lengthy oh, look at this. Hold on. Alternative dispute resolution experience. So FMLA, Illinois Biometric Information Privacy Act. This is where it gets interesting. And I know Jeremy doesn't watch any of my stuff, but if he happens to see this, This lawyer or arbitrator, or he's a lawyer, but he has litigated breach of duty, tortious interference with contract and contractual relationships, tortious interference with business relationships and expectancies, civil conspiracy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, take this guy's name. like take this guy's name. Defamation and non-disparagement. I'm eh, just saying. Wayne State University School of Law, University of Michigan, Cameron Evans. Like, somebody write that name down. Professional licenses, admitted to the bar, Michigan 1992, U.S. District Court, Eastern Western District of Michigan, U.S. Court of Appeals, 6th Circuit, U.S. Supreme Court, 2005. I'm just saying. This guy seems like he knows what the hell he's doing. I mean, so presenter, current social media issues affecting your clients and your practice. Jeremy, take note. Moderator, dealing with the media. Co-presenter of current issues in sports and the law. Employers and social media. Panelist, dealing with the media. Presenter, mind your own business. How to become and remain successful independent practitioner. Oh, look at that. Hearing, $375 an hour. Cancellation, $1,000 a day. Cancellation period, 5 days. Oh my goodness. Your new catchphrase is stay in your lane and mind your own business. I appreciate the effort, but like there's not a way to do it. It makes you pay. Like you right click and the only thing that right clicks is select and pan. Like it will not work. So they do that on purpose. Kyle Beth Hilfer, Katona, New York. Commercial property, intellectual property, advertising and marketing law, sports technology and emerging industry, entertainment, media, and publishing. Just saying. Commercial law, intellectual property, resolve disputes, copyright, cyber squatting, domain name, false advertising, Lanham Act. Jeremy, or Brandy, reach out to these people. Licensing, privacy, publicity rights, royalty, trade dress, trademark, trade secrets, unfair competition. Council on Copyright, Fair Use, Takedown, DMCA. These people got some skills. Hey, Hill on Top. Like, sports, represented agencies, agents, arenas, event management, intellectual property, council on IP protection. Geez, like, honestly. These are the education, Harvard University, Yale. Okay. So she went to Harvard and Yale. And Hill on Top, thanks for being a member for 14 months. I can't believe I've had members for 14 months. Recent publications and speaking engagements. See if there's anything interesting that other people can use. Who owns the idea? Legal and ethical challenges for the AI era. Holy crap. $695 an hour. Sweet Jesus. Oh, from the first day. One of my OGs. Let me uncheck that. Peter Kohler, Portland, Oregon. Owner Kohler, ADR. Vice President, legal for Nike until 2014. Huh? 20 years as a trial lawyer, 12 years as an in-house corporate counsel for Nike. I mean, bench trial verdict and arbitration ruling managed Nike's entire global portfolio of litigation and subsequently managed the full global Nike legal department, including the direct reporting of all international legal offices. I, I'm, I mean, I, I mean, yep. Fed 2 is based on the Lanham Act. Like I said, like when you put Lanham Act in your resume, I'm like, okay, I take note. You know, they're getting $695 an hour. We're definitely in the wrong business. Yeah, this guy will probably be higher than 695. Remember, the first guy was 375, and that guy could probably would probably be Jeremy's best bet. Not like I'm not like I'm saying, and I would never say this, but like not like I'm saying that Randy's not good, but I'm just saying, like, you know, there's there's options. Served as mediator and arbitrator in numerous commercial and consumer cases. I mean, admitted to bar in Oregon, 1987, Washington, 1982, U.S. District Court, Eastern and Western, District of Washington, District of Oregon in the 80s. $450 an hour. Cancellation period, 0 days. No charge for travel time, but out-of-pocket expenses, out-of-town travel will be billed at cost. Hourly rate will apply to preparation time. I'm just saying, like, you have Danielle Menatove from New York. Commercial disputes, breach of contract, torts, antitrust, unfair competition, sports, and online gaming. She is not a law clerk. Honorable Chief Judge Sarah Vance, U.S. District Court, Eastern District of Louisiana. I mean, legal intern for U.S. Tennis Association. Interesting. She seems a lot younger. Sole arbitrator of 3-person arbitration panel or clerk. Yeah. Tulane, University of Western Ontario, BA in kinesiology. Sweet. You got a bachelor's in kinesiology and you went to law school. That's a good, that's, yeah. Yeah, and that's my problem with Randy is, like, it's not to say that any of Jeremy's cases are not, like, he doesn't have standing, but I just feel like he's got too many. Like, finish one and then go on to the next. I feel like there's just too many open things. I just feel like there's just too many open right now. Hey, Spawn, how are you? Columbia Law School, lecturer in law. Court of Arbitration for Sport. Lots of sports. Citizenship, Canadian and the U.S. Compensation, $500 an hour for hearing and study. Travel, $250 an hour. I mean, just what? Stephen Starks, Frisco, Texas. VP of Legal Affairs is current employer. VP of Legal Affairs concerts for Live Nation. These are some high-level people. Like Indiana, let's see, VP Legal Affairs, concerts Live Nation from 2021 to present. Promoter, media partner relations, IndyCar. Legal affairs director for USADA. USADA is the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, just in case. Sorry about my acronyms. What are you here for? What do you want? What can I do for you? Yeah, that's my major problem with it. Is just there's too many. Like, there's just too many. And I think it's spreading people just a little thin. I understand that and that's where I keep bringing up, like, what's the end game, because you can't just sue everybody who makes you angry. Even though you might have standing to sue those people, um, you just can't go around and suing everybody. This will never end. This will never end, and there are certain people who I guarantee you will not stop, despite lawsuits. We've seen it. So, Spawn needs a link. Hold on, Spawn, hold your horses. Hold your horses. I gotta go into my other account here. Hold on. This whole switching back and forth between accounts thing, I do not understand how people can do it regularly. I get confused. Like in Spawn stream, I was doing something on my computer as I was doing something as on my computer as evidence through motion, so I had to be evidence through motion in whatever chat I was in, because I just can't keep all that shit straight. Let's see. Why is my messenger not opening? There we go. Done. Leave it to Spawn to driverless stream. Shameful. Shame. Spawn does know this is American football and not soccer. Yeah, All right. Getting back to the document itself. So that's the other lawyer. I think this is the last lawyer. Valparaiso School of Law, admitted to the bar in Indiana, District of Columbia in Texas, American Bar Association, Sports Lawyers Association. $395 an hour. Reimbursement for actual expenses. So that is all 50 pages. So we are actually done. So, hey, Heroes Chris, thanks for being a member for 6 months. I can't believe it's 6 months. Hold on. Let's remove this and add you. Hello.
Greetings. Right. Okay. What I want you to do is follow my instructions per. Oh, wait. I want you to follow my instructions.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have a drink of my Dr. Pepper for this one. This is going to be difficult knowing you. Okay.
Jeff, I know. Jeff, I know both Jeffs. I know why he's here. And it's not a bad thing.
Okay. What I would like you to do, I want you to look at the bottom right-hand corner of your chat, where you got chat, where you can type into chat. Then you got a smiley face. Then you've got a small box with a $sign in it. And then you've got the heart, correct?
Oh, there we go. It didn't work last time. Like, I don't know if YouTube was just having a...
Well, you click on that, and then you can go down to gift members, and you can give...
There we go.
10 memberships a month. And what I usually do, I will usually give one away, or the first 5 away. And then halfway through the second part of the month, I give the other 5 away.
Yeah, I don't know what it was with my studio last time. Chat was being weird, so it might have been the fact that my chat was being funky in studio. So,
hang on a minute. Jeffrey sent it to you as well. You do have... It must be Goldfish Moment.
No, it was my YouTube and YouTube Studios chat's been acting funky lately. So
Okay.
it probably didn't work until like I updated my Chrome yesterday. So maybe updating Chrome or shutting off my computer and restarting my computer.
No, it shouldn't affect it because it's a complete different system. YouTube is its own entire platform, so it shouldn't have affected it. But I did find the one that you explained to me. You only explained it once, but I found it.
What?
The virtual studio thing.
Yeah, let's just do the other because it's Christmas. Let's just do the other.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Father Christmas. Hey.
There we go. There's the other 5. Joan Feather. I am the princess. Coffee Sidle Maniac. Oh my God.
Not a
That name.
name.
Sorry, I
I tell
love
you
some
what,
people's names.
I swear to God, some of the names. I mean, I saw 2 names tonight that I didn't see because they've got me blocked. But
I
they got
I
right.
if it's the same with the screenshot that I sent you, because I saw it and I figured you had that person blocked. But the funny thing about it is and I that's another person that I have to laugh at because this is totally off topic, but when I first started talking about this, I have to go into my Bless Your Heart files and see if I can find that's the folder. The folder is literally called Bless Your Heart. I literally have a folder called Bless Your Heart. So when people send me screenshots and screen recordings and all of that stuff, I rarely, if ever, actually like look at them. But back in the day, when I was paying attention to that stuff, that person made a comment on what's his face's or in the Fleas chat, and it said Squid's gonna regret getting into their talking about this. Fubar, I regret nothing.
Snap. No, here can I give you my honest insight on this?
Yes.
Now, because I'm new to memberships and snaps and snap crackle and pop or whatever you want to call it. One thing I have to say, the people who gift memberships, right, or they get their memberships and gift memberships, I appreciate them. I really do. And when people get free memberships, here's the thing. You only get it once a month. And what, like, I am playing a clever game because I've realized that with certain individuals, obviously they're going to screen cap, record, and stuff like that, which is going to cause them quite a lot of problems. But because members only has a complete different set of rules, a complete different world, because you got paying members who are paying for a membership. So therefore, right, if you take that like someone did many, many moons ago, and you then disseminate that without the consent or the permission of the actual
Like
paying
someone did
member,
the Jeremy Hale stream back in the day?
yeah. And so it can leak to, if you just think that just because the different people, different creators of different countries, and they can't touch you. Well, I did some research and I have contacted a couple of people, and oh yes, you can be touched, not in an inappropriate way. I'm talking about a legal way. It's like, yeah, phrasing. But no, it's you're not going to gain anything. But I do appreciate people showing their kindness, and and I appreciate that. But one thing for some people, yeah, you're not going to get any breaking news things, because I'll say it in a normal stream as well as in a members only. It's more personalized. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And no, I didn't, because I don't pay attention to any of that stuff. And honestly, I haven't watched a Megan and Doug stream in probably since like March.
I went in there last night and I saw someone. This was funny because I clocked it, checked, and it was not John Cook. It was someone else. And I put no, that's definitely not John Cook. And then Megan said it wasn't John Cook, and then someone else. A lot of people then said, and I was like, I don't know. It's Christmas time, so I'm going to be nice.
What's that? No one's nice to me, so
Well, I'm nice to you. I even
True.
I came on to give you support and to mock you slightly because of comments between the foot. Listen, football was invented and created by us. Well, it wasn't created by us. It was actually Genghis Khan when he used to chop off heads and kick them around. But that's beside the point. Yeah, football.
well, I just find it hilarious that certain things like okay, remember if you ever see Stu Moran in a group chat or any sort of chat, remember I'm going through my bless your heart files and came across this little we have to we're just gonna remind people that
Yeah.
we're just gonna remind people of some people's behavior right now because I'm just bitchy. I'm just
I mean, like, you know, little poor. I mean, I can remember last year, I think it was last year at some point, he came into my stream and wanted to challenge me and wanted to come on the platform. You know, I don't even let close friends come on my platform. It's, you know, I mean, if you actually pay attention, how many people have I had on my platform since I
Me?
started going live?
Me.
A few. Yeah, you. I've had DJ Rattis. I've had My Pretty. You know, I've had a couple of people, but I am very selective because of certain things that happened in the past. However, this Christmas I am planning something, but it's a secret. I will. Yeah. Hi,
Don't
Jeff.
forget there's always my favorite phrase.
Yeah, keep stalking. Do you know, I like the way that people use the word stalking for, like, I mean, go to someone's stream. Oh, you're stalking me. You know, go and challenge someone. Oh, you're stalking me. Go and talk to someone. Oh, you're harassing me. I mean, what happens if it really does happen and you call the cops one night and, you know, because you've been calling them and saying, oh, you're being stalked, and then suddenly you are really being stalked and you got some weirdo in the bush. And they go, yeah, sure, we'll send the car around. 4 hours later, yeah. You know, stop crying wolf, people.
Yeah, and that's my thing was like, that's my.
Do you know what I've learned from last year and from all the stuff from the anti what the hell's Facebook group? You know, when before it got closed down. Do you know what I learned? It's basically, it's like, I mean, there's people in here who've been fishing, who've gone fishing or deep sea fishing. You know, when you go fishing and you put that bait on the hook, or you just yeet the hook into the water,
Yeah.
and you've got like a chance of a fish biting. I think that like a lot of people had like a what do you call it? You know, when you want to get something, what's it called? And you know, when you want, you know, a lot of people want to just say it as it is. There's a certain word for it. A release, not a release. Oh my god, I can't remember the word. Anyway, doesn't matter. But one thing, you had 3 types of people on that Facebook group. You had people who like to press buttons and get reactions from people. Then you had people who actually put the truth up, and then you had people who would then take both the truth and people who like to press buttons and then twist it so they could actually understand it, and then they would go, oh, okay, that makes sense. But one thing they forget is that there was a 4th group, and this 4th group was individuals who would look at everything and go, what the fuck are they drinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of other people you forgot to put up there.
Well, I just.
Oh, what's it called? I can't think of the word. I just can't think of it.
Oh, and don't forget, we have when I was reading the transcripts for Jeremy's deposition, we have this concerned planet. I don't know if this person's still around. I don't care. However, I'm done with this channel.
He's like a
Bye,
10-year-old. I want to go home. I don't want to pay no more.
I'm mad.
Common sense, Jeffrey. No. We're not going to use that type of language, young man. So please refrain from swearing in public.
Jesus. Oh, dude, I have
No,
so
but
many
I
screenshots.
found. I mean, like the thing is, that page has been closed down. But everything that it's
showed
still
people's true colors.
Eh?
That allowed people to show their true colors.
Yes, it did. It did. Oh my God, it did. I mean, I found it extremely entertaining. That's why a lot of my posts were sarcasm or satire or humor. And if I really did want to say something, I'd put it into like a very sarcastic, satiric, and humorous post. Unless it came to Deuce Boy. With Deuce Boy, I took him swimming. I taught him how to swim in his own shit.
Sounds disgusting. But basically, I can't find the exact screenshot because I have so many. But Fubar had made a comment in the fleas chat, and it was sent to me about how I was going to regret talking about this case. It's been a year and 2 months, I think. I don't regret. Well, I regret people. I don't regret actions. And guess what?
I'm looking at Fubar. I'm looking at Fubar right now. I'm looking at a picture of Fubar right now.
Yeah.
I know.
So,
there's one thing I do.
Yet?
Say again?
Are you nauseated yet?
I've gone past that part. I've got a strong body. I've got a strong stomach. One thing I do regret, and I'm going to say this publicly, and I'm not scared of saying it. I regret involving myself with certain individuals. But out of that negativity came a lot of positivity, and so far I've only come across not even a handful of people who I don't want to socialize or associate with. But other than that, I have met so many nice people from multiple different countries. And so, yeah, thank you very much for being who you are.
It's just interesting that like I don't know. I just don't. Did you hear about the alleged in Levy last week? The son from Citrus County was arrested a couple days ago, tampering with evidence. Was it self-deletion, not self-deletion? I did not. I did not. I'm so wrapped up in like life that I don't know about these things unless people tell me. Because I and then there's this one.
One more thing. Felicia was also one of the other people from the other night. Very, very respectful debate and constructive criticism. Thank you very much for that, by the way.
This was sent to me, and I'm just going to show it real quick. This was sent to me.
Oh, snap. Well,
like I said, people send shit to me. I'm going through this. Some of these I haven't actually looked at because they get sent to me. I trim out the person's name of who sent it to me because it's nobody's business. In fact, I couldn't tell you. That was July 6th, and I couldn't tell you who the hell sent that to me. I laughed at it, but I couldn't tell you who sent it to me because I don't know.
I made it very clear when people like to throw allegations and make statements, they need to do it with factual proof. You're drinking. Why aren't you sponsored by them yet?
I don't know. Because I'm not big enough.
Well, get a jump seat then.
Either way, I have to get going. Because I have life to do. So,
Yeah, I just thought I'd pop on just to help you with that thing, but
I appreciate
obviously-
that. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out on my own. Maybe my YouTube studio has been
Yeah, it's all
acting
good.
funky lately, and I think that's why.
No, it's all good. At the end of the day, it's, it doesn't take 2 minutes to help someone. My God, you just wait till you get the invoice.
I don't have that much Dr. Pepper.
Fucking
Hey, Stas.
heretic. How dare you speak in heresy? You don't have that much. Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper. Please hold. Your call is important to us. Dr. Pepper, Dr.
I
Pepper.
did screenshot that earlier or screen record that. And what I'm going to do is that's going to be your intro. Whenever you show up, that's going to be your intro video. I just need to make a video to that audio, but it's going to be your intro video. It's going Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper.
So I presume you haven't seen the message to you then.
From
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud. There's a message.
On where?
Hang on a minute. I'll private chat you.
Because that would be a no.
Yeah, on my someone wanted it as a ringtone, so it was Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper. Please hold. Your call is important to us.
I have not seen that. I will go look. I went straight from watching your stream to grocery shopping to talking on the phone to coming back and making lunch and then hitting the live button.
Listen to it. I'll play it now if you want.
Sure.
I don't even know how.
Yeah, I have to make more emojis. I haven't updated my emojis since the Thunder Cow. So I don't know what to do for emojis. Like I do know what to do for emojis. Someone make an emoji of that and send it to me.
There you go. There's your freaking ringtone. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find it. And then I'll share my screen. Then you can hear it. Right. Okay. Share screen. There. Got that. Right. I'm sharing my screen. All right. You ready?
Sure.
Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, please answer your phone. Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, you are receiving a call from Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper. Please answer the phone. There you go. There's your freaking ringtone. Oh, shit. When I saw that, and I went, wait a minute, it says Dr. P, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, I did see it. I just didn't have the time to play it because I was in the line at the grocery store. That's why.
I can imagine you standing in the middle of Walmart. You get all your ringtones goes. You get a call from someone that goes, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper. Your phone is ringing. Oh, here, wait a minute. Let me hang on a minute. One second. I got to do this.
Skill says, Spawn Trooper, you're certifiable at times.
Wait, what?
At times? What do you like? Are we?
Right, hang on a minute.
Uh-oh.
Right, you ready for this? Here's one. Right, that.
He muted himself. But there's nothing to share with you guys, so I don't know where he went.
I'm here. Here you go. Here's. Oh.
Sir, but I'm afraid someone is endeavoring to contact you telephonically. Shall I tell them to fuck off?
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, right. Okay. Hang on a minute. 1 second.
Excuse me, sir, but I'm afraid someone is endeavoring to contact you telephonically. Shall I tell them to fuck off?
Wait a minute. There's one more. One more. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
You activated the tosser detection system. We are now scanning the area for complete tossing.
Weird. Anyway, y'all, I have to get going.
Warning. It's the white. The white.
I have to try to make a emoji out of a Celsius can now.
Sorry about that. I just got really into that for a second. Say, sorry, what? And I've got another one, and it was quite funny. It says, and I excuse my language, but it does exactly the same warning, but it goes, warning, the alarm, warning, you are stood next to a wanker. I had that ringtone on my phone, and one of my mates was calling me. I was standing next to probably one of the biggest fucking coppers you could ever come across in British police force. The guy looked like he was created by fucking King Kong. He must have been King Kong's love child. And then this ringtone's going off. I'm trying to stop the call. I look at him. He looks at me. He smiles and goes, "That is not very appropriate."
Jesus.
Shit. So yeah, that was
Lord.
quite funny. That was quite funny. But yeah. So you got a ringtone now? My good God.
You know, you have an intro video.
I got a what video?
Intro video. When you come onto my channel, that's going to be your intro video. I just have to actually make a video to it.
I think you should do it like you know, the A-Team sort of intro thing, you know. But instead of having A-Team, you just go and Sport Trooper.
All right, guys, I have to get going. I have stuff to do, and I want to hit up the gym because I haven't been to the gym in like a week because I have not been feeling well. So I'm kind of feeling good enough to go to the gym today. So I'm going to what's my flavor? This one's watermelon lemonade, but I'm usually a kiwi guava.
Oh, and for
or raspberry peach.
Calvin. Yeah, I can't read the rest of the name. It's the one that he didn't arrest you. Well, in them days, the police didn't just arrest you because of a bloody ringtone. You know, they had common sense because they were still called the police force. Now they're called the police service.
Really?
Yes. Because the police force is too aggressive. Oh, yeah, everyone's running around with a feather tickling each other.
That seems weird, but okay. Take your word.
Oh, well, anyway, I have to go and wrestle with myself, loathing, and I've got everything else is booked. I just can't miss this appointment again.
You
I'm sorry.
y'all have a great day, and I will see you guys. Like, you could make an emoji out of an ink cloud. Squids do this for protection or confusion. Oh goodness.
Well, I do wish everyone.
When I first had the opportunity to make emojis, I didn't know what to make because I'm like, I don't know what to make. Like,
Hashtag me too. You know, like doing these badges for members only. I'm like sitting here for hours and I'm like going, what do I do? What do I?
Yeah, I'm not. That's not my kind of that's not my kind of creativity. Like, I just can't. That's not where I excel, and I'm aware of it. It's just.
But the thing is, you know, the only way you're going to learn is by failing, and if you try and try again, you fail. You try again, you fail, and at some point you'll start getting into a rhythm where you won't fail, and you'll create fantastic stuff.
True, and I still have to record a video for today. So for the other channel, because I wanted to record it yesterday, and I felt like absolute garbage. So I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital yesterday. I was convinced that I was dying. Like, I was absolutely convinced that I was dying yesterday. And, you know,
Nah, you're all right.
I was convinced that I was having a CSF leak and that I was going to have surgery for that said CSF leak. And after that went away, it was like, and then I had to work. So it was like, and then I had a panic attack because I was afraid I was having a CSF leak. It was just,
Do you before you
no.
carry on talking, do you want to explain to people who may not know what a CFS leak is?
Cerebral spinal fluid. It's the shit that's around your brain that protects it. It's supposed to stay in your brain and your spinal cord. However, sometimes with some people, it can leak and cause problems. And the fact that I was having so much head pain yesterday, I thought I was having a CSF leak. And it was not a good it was not a good time. Let me tell you, it's not a good time.
Well, I'm glad you contacted me about it. So
It was not a good time, but the little took a nap, and I was like, "If she's taking a nap, I'm taking a nap too," and I felt tolerable after that, and it started getting a little bit better as the day went on, but, like, I didn't start feeling better until, like, 7 o'clock. After multiple rounds of medication, but I was like, "I'm going to work," and the first location we're at, the doctor is still there. So if I have any problems, I'll just talk to the doctor and tell her what's going on, and if I need to go to the hospital, then she can be the one to tell me to go.
yeah, I can remember being on live when I had the worst headache a human being could ever have. I can remember that.
I have a patch on my brain. So when I'm worried about a CSF leak, it's because I literally have something that's sewed onto my brain and altering the flow, and like they took a piece of my skull and put a patch in its place. So I'm missing part of my skull. They took a small piece and they put a patch there. So I'm a little bit more complicated than most people. But I'm like, every time that like I feel pressure in my ear, I'm like, wait, is that no, it's just pressure in my ear, and I, clear the pressure and I'm good. But like I'm like, is that CSF? Is my ear like and I'm like, no, it's so, but I'm so scared that Dura patch is gonna fail.
Well, let's put it this way. At least you let me know. So that was,
Well, I was supposed to stream with you yesterday, so like I didn't want to completely like be an ass and just not send you a link or tell you why I wasn't streaming. So
yeah, I mean, I didn't mention anything that night, so I just said that you couldn't make it, but yeah, I was there for you. You know that.
Much appreciated. All right, guys, I am gonna go because I need to eat something before the gym because I haven't eaten. I had like half of a chicken strip.
Can I just make an announcement?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people, it doesn't matter if you like us or you don't like us. Please heed my words. If you are going over the next few days, there's going to be parties at your workplace, or there's going to be, different parties you're going to be invited to. Please, please, please don't drink and drive. Please make sure that you get an Uber or have a designated driver. Okay. Stay safe, be safe, and drink safely. All right.
Do you happen to remember where to upload emojis?
Yeah, if you go to your studio, okay, and go to earn, click on memberships on the right hand side underneath for you, like the information I sent, it'll say your membership offers. Click on badges and images on the pencil where you can edit it, and then you'll see.
There we go.
Yeah,
thank you.
You'll see the badges, and then if you click on the emoji, you'll see them as well. But you can only have a certain amount with a certain amount of. I haven't got enough members I can have 14, but I need 22 more members to get more. But there you go. Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't remember where it was. That's how long it's been since I uploaded. So save and publish. Hold on. So y'all should be able to see if there's a new one. So y'all should see if there's a new emoji.
And for what I understand, only members only can use them. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have a handful of people in here that are members. So y'all should be able to see a Celsius can.
I still need to get my head around how to do everything. So
Not yet. It's probably because I just did it, and it'll probably be available next stream. But there's a Celsius. Oh, there we go. Here is Chris. Refresh.
yeah, but seriously, guys, on that PSA, please, 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 you know,
Perfect.
you know, just be careful in regards to drink driving.
So now we have a Celsius can as a YouTube
And be responsible.
emoji.
Do you know, I actually enjoy making these images, because the thing is, you can create your own from pictures that, I mean, I've got shed loads of pictures that I want to turn into images. Emojis. I keep on calling them images.
Emojis.
Emoji.
Emojis.
It's an emoji.
All right, now I really, really gotta go. So y'all have a great day.
Yeah. Have a great evening, guys.
Bye. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2:00, and we'll be discussing an update on something. There's plenty of stuff. All right. Have a great day. Oh, good. Do you have a sticker? I have lots of stickers in my merch store. I have derailed merch. I have unhinged on the internet because a certain person that was anti what the hails, who's not anti what the hails anymore, I don't know, called me unhinged. So I made unhinged merch.
Unhinged. I didn't know you came with hinges.
That's where Sunday Night Unhinged came from. When I used to do that, was a certain person called me unhinged, and I'm like, and then they got mad when I decided to make merch from it. I'm like, what the fuck do you think I do?
Do you know what you should do? You should go and buy the biggest freaking door hinge you can, all right, and then hang it behind you with a little sign underneath it. Unhinged.
So stupid.
Sorry, I just couldn't.
Oh,
Yeah, that's one
all
thing I
right.
don't have.
Now I really gotta go.
Okay. Do you want
All
me
right.
to do the yeet, or are you going to do your normal?
Yeet us out of here.
Okay. Do you want it in French, German, or in English language?
Doesn't matter.
Mesdames et messieurs, dégage dehors. 3, 2, 1, yeet.